Good morning, everybody. Just finished setting up here. Making sure everything's okay. Wait for my feed to catch up. There we go. Let's push this up a little bit so we can see what we're doing. I think that will be fine.
Brilliant. Hello,
that
everyone.
Looks so. I shall sit myself down. Good morning, Julie.
Morning, me Julie.
I've been trying to keep a bit quiet on Facebook this morning just in case it decided to restrict me again.
I am a robot.
It seems to be something with groups. It doesn't happen with anything else. It's just groups. Good morning, Donna. Hi, Bev. Oh, you managing to keep warm? I know it is stupid Facebook, isn't it?
You chose your words wisely there, Julie. I won't swear.
No, please don't. You are live on Facebook. Please do not swear. Turn that down. Good morning, Catherine. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it absolutely chucked it down a little while ago. It's just a bit dull now. Oh, and then the sun popped out. And we got hopeful, but now it's gone again.
Son has got his hat on.
It is. As you can see, we've got quite an array of cards here. Good morning, Jax. Yes. Lots and lots of rain. Good for the garden, though. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Gail. So, I'll just make a start on running through what we've got here. We shall be making this card because it kind of encompasses a few of the techniques. Like so, let's bring that up a little bit. It's just a nice, a little introduction into paper piecing if you haven't tried it before.
Blooming beautiful.
Thank you, Jax. And then afterwards we shall have a look at these cards. So this one you've already seen. That's got some paper piecing in it. Thank you, Julie.
That's gorgeous.
Oops, moving out the way, not very helpful, is it?
Hey, hello.
And this one, the beautiful blooms, is absolutely brilliant for paper piecing, as are the profile word dies. Good morning, Andreen.
Oh,
That's okay, no problem at all. And this one, which I guess you could argue technically isn't paper piecing, but you are still putting paper together. So you could term that one as paper piecing as well. It's just a nice little technique.
I thought that was quilting.
Thank you, Jax. And this one as well. So all using Julie's dies. We will have absolutely no stamping today whatsoever, which is bizarre.
No quilting.
And I've pre-die cut everything as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, always the way, Christine. Always the way. I'll pop those up there.
Oh, what? That's not fair.
Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, so I'll just run through a little bit the background behind where we get our paper crafting technique from. So paper piecing actually originated from a form of patchwork quilting, which I expect some of you already know. Hi Becky, how are you? Nice to see you.
Hey, Becky, you see me out. Are you enjoying the weather down the road?
Oh, absolutely chucked it down. So it came from patchwork quilting called English paper piecing, where paper templates were made to stabilise the fabric shapes, making them more accurate and easier to sew by hand. So this is where it actually starts, but today we use a similar technique by combining the scraps of paper and to piece together and create a design using dies and stamps. And I thought we'd start with just using dies. In a fortnight we shall use it with stamps, but I've always loved paper piecing. I can sit there for hours putting little bits of paper in things. It's very therapeutic once you get into it. So we'll move this to one side. I'll run through what I've used. Okay, so I've used the sunflower bee dies, which I tend to turn to for practically everything. I love that set so much. We've got the layers, frames and banners set of dies, and I have used the circles, a few of the circles, the hexagons because that's such a traditional patchwork pattern, I've also used those dies are brilliant to have in your stash, and I used the sentiment medley die stamp. No, not in that one, it's just here from the recent release. So I've used the happy and the birthday, the profile and the word, so that you can piece these together as well and make them stand out. Obviously you can use whatever papers you would like, whatever you've got lying around. This technique is absolutely fantastic for using up scraps. Okay, so I've also used some white and some craft card. You'll obviously need a die cutting machine, some glue, a pokey tool, scissors, tweezers. I've used a brown fine liner pen for adding the details. I just thought it was more in keeping than the black. And I've now, after the conversation the other day, got a sticky picker upper. So this will make life a lot easier. This is the pin flare one, which we found on Amazon. So if you haven't got one, I can hardly recommend after giving it a little go the last couple of days. So I have got a 15 by 15 card blank all ready to go.
Jill's just coming in the house.
Good morning, Jill. How are you?
Marion.
Good morning, Marion. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so I've got the craft card. This is 13 by 13. We'll get this stuck on now and then we know we've done it. It's really nice to go with some craft card. Glue's running out. Good morning, Lorraine. I've done before. Just doing it by eye. If I get the bottom and the sides looking equal, then it usually works its way for the rest of the card. Good morning, Vanessa. There we go. dry off while we're doing the next part. I've got just a piece of white card, which doesn't really matter what white card you use. It's just we're going to completely cover it anyway. But for this, we need to find where the center point is to start our pattern. And the easiest way good morning, Elizabeth. So I'm going to go from corner to corner first. Hi, Yvonne. This will just make it easier. And we're going to find the centre point here. So I'm just going to pop it on the lines. You can come from the middle here. If you want to, you can then move it along to where you've got a line. I need one of those rolling ruler things I saw the other day. That would be quite handy. And the same on this side. Lining that up along there. Move that till we get to the white card is 12.5 centimetres. Sorry, I didn't say, did I? I nearly always go down in half centimetre increments with my mats and layers and bits and bobs. You probably wouldn't have been able to have seen that very clearly. Hi, Jeanette. So we've got our cross there to find our centre point. And I have gone ahead and die cut 9 of the medium sized hexagons from some paper that we've had for, I don't know, goodness knows how long. Just three different patterns. I've gone with the sewing theme just to you know, keep the theme going from where it originated from. So we can line up points on the line here and then just move it along until we hit the centre through here. Don't worry if it goes off slightly, it's fine, it's not the end of the world. There I go. K something, wasn't it, the brand?
Yeah, we picked it up like cars.
We did, didn't we? And there was tons of it.
Still got tons of it.
It's quite dangerous doing car boots because a lot of people sell their stash off. And when a crafter goes to a car boot, and there's a lot of crafting bits there. I kept it going in the traditional horizontal hexagon, if you like, rather than the vertical shape, which I would say is that way, but you can do whatever you like. You could have them all a different pattern if you wanted to, if you've got lots of bits of paper you want to use up. Wow, I've never been able to get to grips with sewing myself. It confuses me. But I'm so envious of people that can sew.
Wow.
My great grandmother apparently was brilliant at sewing. It's It's not something I've inherited, which I really regret. Yeah, when I try and use the sewing machine, it goes hideously wrong.
Oh, I think Kathleen, oh, she can't even turn one off. She won't even know what it is.
Okay, so literally just piecing these together. I'm much happier with paper and glue. We're just going to build this up. I can't do anything too drastic to anything if I've got paper and glue. I'm just trying to put them into different angles with the pattern on them. Yep, I'm going that way. I just like them to all look a little bit. I know it's just the background. You won't fully see it, but I like it to look slightly different to the others we're putting down. But then, of course, if you use all different colours and patterns of paper, it won't matter so much. So now we can just pop these on in here. Start up there. Oh, that was handy of it. Why do these things do things by themselves? It's quite annoying when you're trying to do something, isn't it? Okay, so because we've got that excess, we can use that for down there. We can just cut these off. Little wipe over. Right, just with some scissors. You could use a craft knife if you wanted to. Trim up the edges. Then we can finish the bottom part of the background. Hang on to those bits, and they can go. If you really wanted to, you could keep those, do something with them. And get these little sections glued in. They do, don't they? They're like wild animals, craft supplies. They just, you know, happen upon you. Popped in. This is great. I mean, obviously it's great to use the different shapes of dies. You could do, you could use the squares or the rectangles. Or you could even go in, you could just do it with stripes, different strips, make up your own patterns. But that's the background ready. Just have a swig of water. So now we'll go on to how I made the flower. Now I've die cut the sunflower just in some plain white card first, so that we've got a base to work on. Makes life a lot easier. and then I've gone ahead and cut it in 5 more patterns, and this is from another paper pad of Brian's. Of course, if you still have any of Hazel's left, that would look stunning. That to one side. So I've already gone around and cut them out. I have also added the faux stitch before I cut it out, otherwise you try and do the little stitches onto the individual petals once they're glued together, and it does get a little bit awkward, so it's probably easier just to do it onto here first. So I just used the brown fine liner pen and just did the little dashes all the way around. It just helps to separate the patterns out as well on there, giving them a bit of depth. So what I did was I found an interesting petal, so I knew where my starting and finishing point was, and then you can do the same excuse me, with these as well. So we'll start with the yellow, I think, because that's a good colour to start with. I've got a small pair of scissors, and I'm literally going to come in, cut between, down into the middle, and that gives us our first petal. Glue this in. They do, don't they? I love all of the flower dies, look beautiful just cut out. Obviously they look amazing. You could, if you wanted to, you could still stamp on top of them as well. Okay, so that's that one. I'm just trying to remember how many I went round. It's 5, isn't it? So easiest way again, got that one in there, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want that one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise you'll end up with different shaped petals left. So this is just the way I found it easier, so that I knew I'd got enough to cover the shape. Once you go in to do the back, it doesn't really matter so much. I thought this just looked really pretty instead of them all being the same colour for each petal. Okay, and we'll have one of these. So we've used that one, so I'll start with that one. Just working your way around.
Crafty products just jump into your basket.
They do, don't they?
They do. It's not our fault.
Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to keep the rest of them because we'll be using those to build the background up of the central flower, or the focal flower, if you like. You don't need to worry about any of the overlapping in the centre. It's gorgeous, this paper. I think it might have been the Works.
I found it. I found it.
Okay, so let's move these around. Found our starting point again. Yep, so we want that one.
Oh,
This is such a beautiful pad. You can use whatever you've got. This is the fantastic thing about paper. So versatile.
I love paper full stop.
So versatile. Oh, thank you, Donna. 1, 2, 3, 4, that one. was a good idea to have the base one. Just still keeping the shape. Obviously you can build it up in the whatever different colours you like. Okay, go for another blue. Right, again, double check you got the right way. So we want that one. If you wanted to, if you don't have any papers, which I'm sure you have, you could go in and colour some pieces of card with inks or paints and build it up that way. You could create your own pattern papers first with inks and stamping. That would look beautiful. So whatever you've got to hand in your stash. And then just one more. Which is that one. Of course, you could do this with any of the flower dies. Okay, so that's the first layer. Let's bring this up, which looks a little bit tatty at the moment. But that will be fine. There we go. Okay. So, to come in around the outside, I'm going to go in underneath, and this really doesn't matter which petals you use. So, we'll start with this one. Just try and vary your colours and patterns a little bit. I've done it on the wrong side, look. And then I'm going to just place that under there, in between the petals we've already got. Glue that down on there, and then we're just going to work our way around. Sticky fingers. Thank you, Donna.
Oh, she's a darling, isn't
She is. I'm just going to come in, get underneath, and this way we can enlarge the flower. The yellow one. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. I haven't done this for ages. And it's great because you can see, you can sort of hide all your workings, if you like. I mean, we're going to do 3 layers, but oh, here's the cat coming. You could keep going and make it as large as you like.
Are you watching, Denzel? Say hello to everybody, Denzel.
They're so nosy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Of course, if you've got, you know, little bits of pattern papers that you absolutely love. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Hope you get on all right.
Yeah, good luck.
Take care. Even if you've got little scraps of paper that don't take up like the whole of the flower, you could just cut into little bits of it to get individual petals. That would work nicely as well. Just a little bit of glue on there. And this is why it does make it a lot easier to do your pen work first. Another yellow one. I love this yellow. I used to be a fan of yellow, but I love it now. Isn't it strange how our colour preferences change?
Things go on you, don't they?
This will come together fairly quickly. Keep going round. I think they must be having a lot of things because we've got a school at the back of us. I think they're having a lot of things this week before they break up. There's a lot of cheering and things going on yesterday. Okay, so that's the second layer. You could leave it at that if you want to, but I think we'll go in and have a third, just because we're feeling, you know, dangerous. Yes, it would. This would be brilliant for scrapbooks because we're still keeping it flat. So you're not going to have too much bulk with it. So again, coming in between those last two petals in there, extending the size. Just out of interest, I mean, as you probably saw, we're going to have a challenge coming up a bit later for a journal page. I just wondered how many people make journals and scrapbooks. Everyone's hiding. No, not me.
Don't all speak at once.
Oh no, frightened everybody.
You scared everyone.
Obviously, if you haven't given it a go, it would be quite a good introduction. I must say it's not something I have ever done religiously. Yep, photo albums as well.
Oh, that's
That's what it is, isn't it, Julie?
yeah.
Time.
There you go, Vanessa. You can start one.
Yeah. It's so appealing. But yeah, even, yeah, it could be a photo album.
It's a card on the page, isn't it?
Bit of a bluey one. Now I'm having to be more pernickety with what colours I've got where. Oh, it's never too late, is it, Vanessa? Another yellow one. Yes, definitely.
You definitely need that me time, especially living with me.
Now I'm getting confused with where I'm going.
Donna, she's done scrapbooking, loved it, but she doesn't understand journaling.
Generally, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Oh, did you read that one? Oh.
Oh, babe. Oh, that's lovely. They're great for keepsakes of things, aren't they? At special occasions. I did them for Mum and Nan for like 60ths and 80ths, and mind you, I did get one to do for my 40th and never actually got around to it, so it was well over 10 years ago. So we're gradually making our way around. Yeah, it's so much nicer, you know, to do something for you as well as other people. One of these ones. It's a lovely keepsake, isn't it?
I don't think it's quite having it on the phone or having it on the computer is not the same, is it?
No. We've all lost sight of that a little bit now, haven't we? That photos are digital. Blue one. Gosh, the amount of film I used to go through. I was, yeah. That excitement of going to pick them up. This you could keep going and going and going with if you wanted to. But I do find I start confusing myself. Yes, that's the great thing about it, isn't it, Julie? You've got them there then to keep looking back on.
Yeah, you're right there, Julie. It's fun of making them. You can't do that on the computer, can you, really? Some people do digital scrapbooking, don't they?
Mm. Ah, brilliant. Photography is so creative. Oh. Oh, Katie, that's lovely. As you probably know, we are very into our Harry Potter. gorgeous. It's given me an idea now.
How many times have we been?
Oh, I've only been 3.
Yeah. 4 times.
I could keep going. Quite tempting to move to Watford.
Yes. So we can go on round there.
Right, last one. Very sticky fingers
Yeah,
left.
that's a good idea if you like.
Put those to one side.
Yeah, Katie
Yes.
can make it one.
Let's bring this up. And we've got a really, really nice sized flower now to fit onto this card. It's really going to give us some impact. As I say, you could keep going if you wanted to. You could do different, once you've got that first layer done, you could go in and use other petals as well. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're just going to have it coming off slightly. If we find a nice point, like that there-ish, all I'm going to do is just glue into the centre here, because we're going to pop some of the honeycomb underneath this. We don't want it to be too bulky. Let's just give this a little squidge down from the back. Okay, and then after all that work, we're going to trim it.
No.
But if they keep like it, you could add this on somewhere else, but it probably won't. But you need to carry on with it, otherwise you won't build your pattern up properly.
Ow.
There we go.
Ow. Oh.
You could have something in there or
You
in the corner. You could do it straight in half if you wanted to. That would look nice, and have them on either side.
Say bye-bye to Christine.
Oh, hope you get on okay, Christine. Okay, so that's there. And at this point, we can go ahead and stick this to our card blank before we get too much on it, and then we can make sure that it's stuck down okay. So once you start getting a lot of things on there, it's difficult to press down.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Bev.
Yes, brilliant idea, Bev. To tie it all in, that would be really pretty.
Your watches are some beautiful ideas.
I tell you, our crafty crew are the best. To make sure we can come in on that side. Turn that down.
A male follower one day.
Who knows? Okay, so I've gone ahead and out of the craft I've used the little scallop, or scallop, I'm never sure which way it is, to pop over in the middle. Again, I'm not using any that's fine, Jean. Put this in here. Turn that down. So now all those untidy parts are covered up. And then the smallest circle in the dies I've got for the centre. I've got the little flower here, which pretty sure you'll find in the hexagon dinky dies. I didn't write that down, did I? Because there's a few little extras you get in with those. Do it that way this time, so it's slightly different. Thank you, Bev. Some nice bright sunny colours for you to try and cheer your weather up. And then, oh, where's it gone? It's there. There's a little tiny circle which is in with the circle dies. Get out my tweezers, put this down in the middle just to pull everything together. But I will still have to use tweezers for gluing. I know. I'm going to use it in a minute with the sticky picker rubber. There we go. So all I'm going to do, just to keep with the theme, just some little dots with the brown fine liner. Don't have to be too neat about this. They could look a little bit like French knots, I guess. That's fine, Jan, thank you. And I'm just going to come around the edge, lots of little tiny dashes this time, because circles are quite difficult to draw around. So the tinier you go, the better. I will bring this up later to show you the detail. I haven't used faux stitching on anything for ages either. I always forget about doing it. And then again, just some little wiggly dots, if you like, in here. And some teeny tiny dots. Around there. You could do it on the background as well if you like. I just thought I'd keep it plain so that this part stands out. Bring that right up. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do to help me place the honeycomb part, try and decide where these are going to go. If I lay it all out first, I know that it's going to fit. Thank you. I want the hexagons to be going in the same way. Otherwise it will jar. That's going to be fine up there. So, thank you so much. I'm just going to, you do whatever way you use. Obviously, if you've got any skin problems, do not do what I'm doing. This is just the easiest way that I find of doing it. Just going to pop that in under there slightly. Bring that in there. Thank you. Yes, quite. It's a very dull day. That one needs to be there, definitely. Let's bring in the other bit. Get a bit of glue on there. we can bring this in here. That's it. And we know everything's going to fit. It is fun. That is the best bit. I do enjoy a bit of peeling glue. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, this honeycomb die is fantastic. It's so great for all sorts of different techniques and occasions, and obviously it's great for male and female. I'm just going to pop these in first, make life easier. You could completely paper piece these as well, but they are quite tiny, but I will show you that on one of the other cards. Into the middle-ish. Press that down. So we'll pop our words on first. Just going to add a little bit of glue to the back. Line this up. Give it a squish. Oh, that's good to hear, Elizabeth. I mean, you can take it anywhere you want to. Okay, so that's our sentiment. And now, get rid of some of this glue on my hand. Now I can use my sticky picker-upper. We're going to fill in all the hexagons. So the easiest way I found, glue inside. And then it's really satisfying when you feel it going in there. So all I did was cut the hexagon out of each of the pattern papers that I've used. And then you've got enough to variegate them. A nice yellow one. And this is true paper piecing now. Something very satisfying about this. Just working my way across.
Glad you got back to now.
Yes.
Makes life easier, isn't it?
Better late than never.
You've never had a sticky picker up before.
This is the pin flare one. No, I've never had one before. It wasn't until we were talking about it when Jo did her live the other evening. Kept meaning to get one and never had. Nice bright colour in that one because it's hidden. So. I mean, I think there are quite a few to choose from out there, but this one's working fine so far, and I think you can just wash the end in water. When it gets a bit, loses its sticky. Okay, so that's all of those filled in. Go down to the bottom one. Have pink to match the writing. Of course, with these dies now you can pop on any amount of sentiments that you can think of. It's got some shopping coming. Don't need to worry about the ones underneath, they'll be fine. It's got a butterfly on it, so I'm going to have to make sure that's the right way up. Otherwise that will bug me.
You're like Jason. Got to fly upwards, not down.
It would, yeah, it would just stick out and that butterfly's upside down. And the last two.
I love that dye, jewels.
Yes,
Honeycomb dye.
I was saying it's one of my favourites. You can use it for so many different things, so many styles. Yeah, there we go, they're all in there nicely. Oh, Julie.
Time, what's that?
Wouldn't that be nice? And you'll be left with quite a few leftover hexagons. Right, let's pop the top on my glue.
Can we have them hours back what we sleep?
Yeah, that's the only thing to do. Don't sleep.
Yeah, just don't sleep with
Don't
you.
sleep. That's it. Bring this up for a closer look. Like I said, you could go in and do the stitching on the background as well to give that definition, but I wanted to make this the focal point, and because I only glued in the middle there, you've got a slight lift on the outside there as well. Thank you very much. Thank you. So that's today's. I will just talk through the others that I did. Okay, let's bring these in. Reach over and grab them. So this one, I've used the hexagon dies again, but this time I have gone in and I've done the little stitchy details on the inside. A bee, yes, and you can paper piece the bee as well. Thank you.
What? Yvonne wants to stick me on it?
A bee. I did think about that actually.
What, sticking me on it?
So this is using the Layers and Frames hexagon dies, which are fabulous. It's all sorts of different shapes in there that you can play with as well. And then we've got the hexagon dinky dies, which of course all line up beautifully, so you can create lots of different layers. The sentiment, the high is from Mary's Floral Garlands. Beautiful stamp set. And because I didn't have any paper to coloured, plain paper to match with the pattern paper, I used a mixture of seedless preserves and picked raspberry oxides to colour my own. And that's just lifted with some cardboard.
And it's pink.
And it's pink. And yeah, and these little flowers, this is from the Dinky Hexagons. So if you haven't got this, like to get the centres are enamel accents, which just finish it off nicely. So that was that one. This one, although not possibly traditional paper piecing, you are still working with paper and piecing it together and making layers. So there's like 1, 2, 3 layers here, so it can still be turned. Thank you. Okay, for this one I used the Beautiful Blooms dies. I think these are my favourite dies ever. Fresh Floral Flowers dies, again fabulous. You know, you can use them with the stamps obviously, and then you can go in and do your own thing like I've done. I've just die cut them and then added my own little stitchy wiggly lines and things here. Bring up a little bit. And of course a great way to use up those many and varied scraps of card that we have. And again I've used Mary's Hearts and Florals because this sprig is brilliant. Gorgeous handwritten sentiment, and then again some faux stitching drawn around the edge with a black micron pen. What's that one? Oh, and buttons for the centres, and yes, I did thread cotton through each one of those as well because I'm mad. This is probably the most traditional paper pieced one of all of them, because we've die cut into the flower itself, then laid this inside the die cut flower, and then die cut the petals as well and added them into each petal. I've also done the same with the Profile Birthday die, so it's not just sitting on top, it's actually inside. So you would cut the profile first, cut the word out of it, cut the word out of your pattern paper and place it back in, along with obviously any of the background bits and bobs as well. Thank you. But these dies, absolutely love them. So yes, the Beautiful Blooms dies and the Birthday Profile die. And again, just some enamel accents to finish off. Doubled up on the Stamen die as well, because they look so pretty. Just another way of using them. And then finally, this one that I shared the other Saturday, a little bit mixed media. Again, more of a traditional paper piece with, this time I made my own background paper and then pieced it into each individual petal. So this was the Beautiful Blooms dies again. Backgrounds to stencil I used to make up my pattern, and the Circle Medley stencil. We've got Dotty About You stamp set, and the Blooming Lovely stamp set, and the Circle Alphabet medley stamp set as well, with the dies. This is just a great way of if you've got we had the background left over from when we made the MDF, and it's just nice to go in a little bit of braid paint over the top. Oh yeah, it is. I need to do some more of this, don't I? Glossy accents as well on some of the circles, again cut out. I think I did 3 layers and then the glossy accents on top for that one. So that is the introduction into paper piecing. Like I said, next time we'll do stamping, which is also really fun to do. Okay, let's bring this one in that we've done today on the top. And as it's our 30th Technique Tuesday today, oh thank you Julie, I thought I'd do a little giveaway of bits and bobs. So anyone who's commented on the live today and over the next couple of weeks on the live on Facebook. Yeah, will be drawn randomly, and I'll announce the winner or winners in a fortnight's time.
Do you know what DL stands for?
DL. Sorry. It's double length. It's not a specific size. So basically, whatever measurement this is, the length is double. That's all it is. It's double the length of the width. So it can be any size you like. It's not a certain size. It is literally that times 2. So that's what a DL was. I watching Craft Telly and stuff for years, and they were always talking about DLs. I had no idea, so I had to go look it up.
It's not Donna length.
It's not Donna length, no. Okay. Or it could be. If you want to start a new thing, Donna, make your own measurement up, and it can be Donna length. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the lovely comments. It's been lovely. Have a great fortnight. Everybody, bear with your own, weather, atmospheres, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, I shall see you in a fortnight. Thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.